I've got pretty bad knees. So before I work out, and especially before I play ice hockey, these are exactly what I use to make sure my knees are nice and warmed up. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But I want to show you these knee massagers. These were sent to me by the folks at Comfier in exchange for my review. So let's check it out. You get two of these, and I kind of like the look. They almost look like knee pads, but they're not knee pads. This part here is actually very soft. So it is padded, but it's not a knee pad. Anyway, these are great because what they do is you can put these on your knees. You can also use these on your shoulders or on your elbow if you'd like to. I tend to only use these for my knees most of the time. They include two rechargeable knee massagers. You also get the cable that you need to charge them both at the same time. So that is a USB on one end, and the other end is a split USB-C, so you can be charging both at the exact same time. It takes a while to charge them up, but once they're charged, they last for a really long time. You also get two additional stretchy Velcro straps, and these are what I use to hook onto the other straps to make it long enough to use this as a shoulder massager. That way you don't have to hold it on there. It actually holds it in place. So let me show you a close-up of how these work. Let me get that strap out of the way. You just wrap this around your leg, so you don't have to slip them on. You can just put this over your leg, and then there's three Velcro straps. So the first one's here, and I'm gonna throw these on my knees in just a second so you can see better. This one wraps around here, and then you have this extra long one. And when this wraps around, you can decide if you want to put it down at the bottom or over here at the top, depending on what holds it on better for you. To turn it on, you simply press this button right here, hold that down, and it is now vibrating. If I hold it close to the microphone, you can probably hear that. Now there are different modes. So right now it's just full on vibrating all the time. If I press the on off button, it'll switch modes, and you can hear the difference. And I can press it again. And every time you press it, this color of the dot here will change. I don't know if you can see that, but that changes color so you know which mode you're on. It's more of a rolling vibration. But the one I tend to use the most is the first one, where it's just on the whole time. You can also adjust the vibration intensity here by pressing this button. So that turned it down a little bit. If I press it again, turns it down even more, and one more time it'll actually shut off the vibration. So why would you want to shut off the vibration? Well, if you only wanted to use the heating element. I tend to always use both because I really want to warm my knees up before I go and skate. So the vibration combined with the heat does a great job of that. So I'll wear this for about 15 to 20 minutes before I do any stretching or warming up of my knees. I feel like when you take these off, you'll feel it, like your knee feels like it's been activated, like it feels tingly, which I like that. And it makes it, then the heat helps it already warm up, increase the blood flow. So when you start stretching or bending, at least for me, it feels way more comfortable than going into that, doing it cold. You can also adjust how much heat there is by pressing this button. So it's on full right now. That is the red dot. There's a red dot. If I press it again, that changes to orange. So it's a medium heat. And then it changes to yellow, which is the low heat, and it can also be off, so you could just have the vibration. Now let's throw these on the knees and I'll describe how it feels. I tend to use both of these at the same time because both of my knees have problems when they're not warmed up. So all you're gonna do is place this over top of your leg, and you will strap this. Now I like to make it very snug. I feel the vibration a lot more when this is nice and snug. And you can just experiment for yourself to see what feels best for you. But for me, I definitely find the tighter I go, the better the massage. This long strap in the middle is kind of confusing because you would think that it would go right across the middle, which I guess it could. And then it's gonna put even more pressure on the knee. But if you look at the picture in the instructions, it shows it going at an angle. I'm gonna try it like this and see if I like it any better. So I'll long press to turn this on, and it feels amazing. Like instantly, it feels really good. The longer you sit though, the better it does feel, in my opinion. Now I have found that if you have your legs straight, you'll feel a certain type of vibration. Then if you bend your knee, it feels different. So just experiment with what feels best to you. What I tend to do is I'll sit like this with my legs straight for maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll bend it, and do another 10 minutes. And you'll just see, because it puts pressure on different parts of your knee when you do that, and it just alters the vibration. Now let me take this strap off the middle and see the difference. Now, this is how I've always done it before. In this video, this is the first time I had the idea to put it right over top. I will say that putting it right over top does add a lot. So I will be doing it this way for now on. Let me try to put it a little bit up there. Yeah, that makes a big difference. So yes, I recommend using this in the center. Once you're done, you simply long press to turn it off, and that's it. And there you have it. If you're looking for a great way to massage your knee, elbow, or shoulder, but ideally, I think these are perfect for knees, perfect size for knees, then these are fantastic, and I highly recommend them. If you'd like to grab a pair of these, there's a link in the description below. Please hit like on this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.